heard, such a cheery servant.
You're not wrong.
It's nice and warm and you want to stay in the kitchen. You mean where there's like a fire brick oven and you're sweating your ass off? No thanks.
I love that this is the first time that Safine's had to like play at being nice to people. It's amazing. When she was talking to what's-his-face, the new mayor, and it was like, I am going to be flirty in love with this person. That was incredible and uncomfortable.
She's fake.
It was great.
She's fake.
Super funny.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
we need to get that here.
are you heading downstairs then?
Okay, so here's... I want to make... Yeah.
Do we want them to see us leave?
No, we want them to see us having dinner and then going back upstairs to definitively go to bed.
Okay.
So, Remember's gonna make a really big deal about, like, going downstairs, sitting at a table, ordering a meal, ordering a hilarious amount of, like, wine or meat or whatever they've got that's cheap, and then, like, make a big deal about going back upstairs, because she's, like, big and takes up a lot of space.
I think I might stay up in the room and see if I can case the best way out of the window and off into the woods.
That sounds good.
Oh yeah. I need my boy back. Boy!
Boy.
And he like peeks out of your hood.
I got her into
I'm gonna make sure the door is shut and everything's all good. I'm like, okay, now you can go back to boy you. Well, human you?
It's
How can
tired.
You're tired? You have to stay in here then.
It's okay.
Okay, I'll bring you food back. But don't leave. It's dangerous right now.
Okay.
Remember what I said earlier?
And he like just moves his head back and forth because he no longer has fingers to mimic you.
What did I say earlier about when you need to go somewhere?
Lots of stuff.
Okay, when you need to go somewhere, who do you need to talk to?
All of you.
Right. So you're staying with Mama too.
Okay.
You better listen to him.
Listen.
To him.
Mama too.
Yes.
To Mama too.
Yes, good. Now
Okay.
go sleep.
And he like goes and crawls into a pillowcase.
Good baby.
I'm like, do not leave, child. Because you know that home is going to be like, la la la. And then we're going to get halfway out of the city, ye hung it out from the embers and flames that we were just in. And he's going to be like, Mamas! And I'm like, no!
I'm definitely waiting for the day where we get into some dire peril and he like busts us out of prison.
Yo, I'm like, literally, I'm like, my sweet boy, your foremothers will raise you. And then one day he's going to fly up and go to Dragon College. Because he'll be too big to stay with us. And then one day we'll be in that oh shit situation where we're all like on our last HP. And then he busts in and is like the Kool-Aid man.
And we will be in tears.
I saved you one.
I don't want to.
No, I literally just said I saved you one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so you guys go downstairs and they serve you a lovely mutton stew with bread and beer and everything. Do you actually eat it?
I'm going
Should
to
we
like...
perception check the stew?
Yeah, can we like... I would know if anything was in it. If I like tasted a little bit of it and was like, blah, blah, blah.
You definitely have to do an like investigation kind of thing. Or actually that would be like a medicine check, yeah.
We all wait at the table until Safine eats.
Like,
11.
Dear Lord!
You don't feel any particular way.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so what I would like is... Hold on.
I'm also gonna get some stale bread.
Okay.
Can I, like, if I'm like, do you have yesterday's bread?
Yeah, they go ahead and they bring it out with your meal.
Perfect, because they can't poison that, most likely.
We'll see.
We'll see. Oh my god, you're gonna freaking aristocats us.
Creme de la Edgar.
I'm Grad's gonna like have her fan out and be acting like a proper lady while she eats. Like nobody can see me eat because I'm coquettish, whatever. And she's gonna coquettish.
It's yeah, that's actually a thing where like they don't.
Yeah.
You don't watch them eat.
Yeah.
They have to be refined and cute,
Yes.
dainty, and eating isn't dainty.
Sustenance, who needs it?
So while her fan is out, she'll bring like bites up to her mouth, but not quite like eat them. Like she's making a show of trying to eat this, but she's not. I'm not eating any of it.
Okay.
I don't know where I'm putting it.
In your shirt.
I've got the boobs. I could. They're out. They're not
These are my
out.
whole
Damn it.
pockets.
We're in
You're
garage.
not out.
Damn it.
You're in your Garon clothes.
His
Which I'm
neckline
pretty
is
sure-
up to here.
I think I've shown you your clothes.
Yeah.
Your neckline is up to your freaking neck.
Like, these are the. Is it? Yeah.
Can't I at least have like a boob window? Or...
Like, those are
I
your
think-
clothes right now.
I
Those
can
are
most
your
definitely
options.
heal myself if I get poisoned.
Yeah, you can heal us if we get poisoned. Remember, it eats the shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
There isn't a poison. You couldn't heal yourself up. If you healed yourself, well, actually, I guess you didn't heal yourself. Never
There's
mind.
exactly one poison you cannot heal yourself.
It's gone. It's here.
Let's not have a repeat of that one.
And for some reason, this dark magic elf dude did not like it. And did not.
I wonder if he's from Tornado.
This is,
See your face, Carly. You just missed the best face of the night.
He was wearing blue and silver.
Was he?
Yeah. I
so,
thought it was a little
here's-
weird that you
let me-
didn't like say anything.
Let me play this out for you guys. You all are
He
sitting there
is a
eating.
pale-haired elf man wearing blue and silver.
Son of a bitch.
Sabine has a revelation.
I spit out stew. I spit out stew. I'm like, oh my god.
What is it?
You know, I think he might be from Tardotin, which would make so much sense at this point.
What makes you say that?
Oh, you know, he's an elf and he's wearing blue and silver, and also he's got weird magic things. Also, we're kind of known for putting out necromancers and other.
And Amethyst steps by the table.
I'm reformed.
It's an inside joke. You would have had to be there.
I'm sorry, but you might want to watch jokes about necromancy. Magic is most certainly frowned upon here.
Two necromancers walking to a bar. Neither of them feel it because they're dead. I just like slosh together a glass of wine.
Perhaps you ought to retire to your room for the night.
I should
That's a
make.
good idea.
I'll make sure she gets there safe.
Thank you.
Not
yes.
kind of take Safine's arm and take her
I just
upstairs.
keep chuckling as I walk up the stairs.
Oh lord.
Ah, that's so funny. Okay, I'm sorry.
We've had some like really, really like woke moments in this arc, but we've also had some really horrific moments in this arc so
You know,
far.
I didn't even realize he was an elf because earlier when she was describing him, I didn't hear the first part. I was like, oh, what, is he a human? She goes, no, he's an elf. So I totally didn't hear her describe his clothing at all.
Yeah.
This Tardoothian bastard just waltzing up in this town.
While they're eating,
Mm-hmm.
can I do a couple things upstairs?
Yep.
So one, I'm gonna black out the light,
Okay.
so it's completely dark in the room.
All right.
And I'm gonna cautiously take the fabric out of the little peepholes
Okay.
and check that again.
Okay. There's no one out there.
Okay. Is it into another room?
No.
Is that? It's into the hallway.
Yeah.
Behind, and so it's just the canvas again?
Yeah.
Okay. Close that back up. So I'm gonna go to the window and then like check the window, make sure there's like nothing there, make sure it's easy to get in and out of, and then try and plot a way for all of us easily in and out, like check below the floor, like see if there's a window below us, like kind of put together like a plan for everybody to get out.
I wonder if anyone's actually renting that room. Or if somebody was just in there.
It's into the hallway. It's
Yeah.
not a room. It's the hallway.
Oh.
somebody
So
was
when we
sitting
saw
in the
somebody
hallway.
So that
earlier,
chef.
it was the kitchen guy. My thought as we
He worked in the kitchen. We never verified that he did.
That's true. You could do that. You have a standing invitation.
Oh, you're right. I would like to see your kitchen.
And Amethyst looks
Just-
over and, you want to see the kitchen?
I
Color
come.
your eyelashes and say you were invited.
Why would I need to move
I don't know, I'm not there. Coo.
In all honesty, I'm very used to cooking things outside, so seeing how you do things here is interesting to me.
Certainly. Let me see if our cook has any free time. And she goes in the back, and that same gentleman comes out, and he's dusting flour off of his hands. And, yes, you want to see the kitchen?
Yeah, I'd like to, since you gave me the invitation to.
Yes, please, come back. I'd love to show you around. And you go into the kitchen, and unlike John and I think it was Lane's that lived in Lacey. Thank you, yes. I have so many L names, I need to stop doing that. John and Lacey back in Taseth, who had, like, you know, your typical, like, just working kitchen. This is a beautiful kitchen. They have a big stone oven going. They have copper cutlery and bowls, and they have some really nicely crafted cast iron pans and pots. There are dry herbs hanging around. There's you can actually see a puff of frost come out from underneath a door that someone leaves, and they close it behind them. And it's definitely a very well-functioning kitchen. It's not necessarily elaborate, not necessarily like it wouldn't be for a manor house, but this is a very well-functioning kitchen for an inn of this size.
She like gestures in the area of the frost. What is that?
That's rather interesting, actually. We have ice shipped down from Tardodith and built behind steel, and it keeps everything a bit colder.
You have...
It's a cold box. It's very, very chilly in there. We store milk and vegetables and sometimes meat if we can't keep it long enough.
Ice.
It's a block of frozen water.
Frozen.
Would you like to touch it? And he leads you over to this cold box and opens this big heavy metal door with a wooden handle, and he opens it up and this puff of cold air comes out, and you can see plates of metal that are frosted over, and behind them is thick chunks of ice.
Remember's going to stand not in the doorway, definitively outside of the room, and like just touch a block.
Yeah, it's ice. It's super cold.
This is very upsetting.
Yeah.
Very upsetting. She does not know how to feel about this.
Yeah.
I can't wait to take her to turn it on.
Yes, it's quite wonderful. I've heard that the capital has larger ones and ones where you can actually shave the ice down, and it's all very exciting. But this is ours.
This is not magic.
Heavens, no, absolutely not. No, when the ice starts to melt, we take the plates off and we wait until we have a new shipment of ice, and we hook it back up there. It's much easier in the winter time, and come summer, things that we keep cold will be quite a bit more expensive, but the mayor has always been fond of it, and our new mayor is fond of it as well.
Fascinating. Thank you for letting me look at your eyes.
You're very welcome.
She's gonna go back out to the main room and be like, he likes cold things.
I'm upstairs, but I appreciate the sentiment.
Why did you go upstairs?
I took her upstairs.
Amazon
She was
might
fucking
need to
drunk.
leave.
Speaking of, once we get up the stairs, I want to kind of take a second and pause by our room.
Okay.
I want to make it look like we stumbled.
Okay.
And like I'll kind of nudge you so you go along with me. I want to make it look like we stumbled, and I want to catch myself on whatever painting is over top of the peephole.
Okay.
Can I see if it moves, if it
Yeah, it
wants
does.
to lift up?
Yeah. It's very easy to move. It's just hung on a nail.
Just take it down, set it on the floor. Got you, motherfucker.
Okay.
God.
Is there any mechanism that I can see just glancing at it in that short time frame where someone could look through it the other way? Like
Yeah,
from
it's
the
a
hallway?
Hole. It's a hole in the
Yeah.
in the wall.
Oh god, this is
It was
matched
literally
here.
just covered up by the painting.
These gross.
But with the painting up, they can't see it.
No.
Okay, so
So
we'll
you
leave the
have to know
painting
it was
there.
there.
Yeah, when Rena saw somebody, they had to sign up. Or they had the painting.
They had the
up.
painting.
The
no.
painting was still up.
Yeah, they
she
saw.
just
She saw them through the painting.
Yeah.
What
Oh,
if you
so-
use the backup?
Like a shadow. She saw a shadow.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, no, I do want to write a letter. All of my letters to Tornado have been anonymous because I don't want them to know it's me. I'm gonna write a letter describing Ulas.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just describe like his features and what's like happening and the shenanigans and like just kind of give like a rundown, like police file basically.
Okay.
And then what would I have to do? Performance to like draw him?
Yeah.
I'm gonna draw on a different piece of paper so I don't ruin my notes. What am I, 12?
It's an okay drawing. It gets the point
I'll
across.
just add that in.
I
But
think it looks pretty good.
so I'm gonna just kind of give him a rundown, kind of like I did with the previous lady,
Mm-hmm.
and just seal that,
Mhm.
and then have like someone run it down for me since I'm drunk. So like, remember, would you please submit this to the post or like to Amethyst? But I'm gonna like seal it
Okay.
so that it would be obvious if someone tampered with it.
Okay.
Can't wait till I can just send a message. If that's something that I can eventually do.
Message doesn't work that far.
Sending is what you're thinking of, I
There you
think.
go. But yeah, so I'm just gonna send that as just so they know. I'm like, you need to keep track of your people, okay? Because
Keep your shit on lock.
your assassins are getting out.
Okay. So you guys go ahead and you get back up into the room. And the 5 of you are now back in the inn room. And Hith comes on out of the pillowcase and he's like, I stayed.
Good job. I hand him the bread.
He just like nods on
I
it a
know it's
little
not good, but it's what there was.
bit. He just chews.
Did I do the whole investigation and like
Mhm.
find a good way for everybody to
Yeah.
get out and everything?
It's about 15 feet down.
Okay. And I found like a good way for those who need to climb. down.
15 feet. Freaking remember can crawl down and catch the rest of us.
You right.
I'm gonna.
Honestly, your
before-
arms
Yeah,
should
if
above
it's
your
all
head.
on my arm span, it's probably like another like what 4
2 to 3, well, 3
Yeah.
feet.
Can you
3
fit
feet
through the
above your
window,
head?
Yeah, maybe. How
It's,
big's the
it's an
window?
average sized window.
Oh,
so
wait,
you'd be able
your-
to like wriggle
Your
out.
arm span is usually the height of your body.
Yeah.
So
Half that
that
is
would
fine.
be like 3.5 foot arm span, like reaching above.
Basically, we
So
just have
about
to like
3 feet.
crawl out.
You'd have 11 feet. So you could literally hang out the window and just drop and only fall like 2 feet.
Is the sun down at this point?
Yeah, the sun would definitely have.
Okay. Looking out the window, is there anybody out there, like watching the window?
You don't see anyone watching the window, but you do see that there are the similarly dressed soldiers that you saw on the road. There are similarly dressed people patrolling along the gate.
Would I have noticed them earlier while I was checking?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Would I have had time to like plot out their path, their course?
They don't necessarily have one that is like it's definitely along the fence, but there's no real like schedule to when they
Listen.
decide to like.
I played that killer game. Everybody always has a course.
They have a course. They have a course. They don't necessarily have a
Right.
schedule that they're going
Okay.
back and forth.
I've been watching them. There's no schedule to their.
Well, that means they're actually effective guards. So.
If our goal is to get out of the window and be able to slip away unnoticed, I could maybe get us out of the window. I could create a fog and cover the side of the building, but I don't know how effective.
Suspicious.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think getting out the window would be the problem. I think we'll just need to sneak past them. If we black out the room, so there's no light coming from our window. Is there light coming from the windows below or around?
No, just beneath you would actually be the kitchen. So the building that you're in now.
Oh, sorry. This.
Yes, actually, I have a larger eraser. So the building you're in now, Carly, you unfortunately cannot see.
We will send you a
alright.
picture.
So you've been put in like the corner room over here. I can actually. But yeah, you were put in like the corner room. And just beneath you would be the kitchen where you were just in. And you would have known from the kitchen that there is a door that leads out from the kitchen this way.
And our window is above that on the second floor?
You have a window here,
Okay.
and then you had a window here.
And this one goes out back, though.
This is the back.
Oh, okay. We're good then.
And then this is the front of the...
Okay.
But yeah, all of these rooms along the hallway here have windows that look out the
Gotcha.
back.
And there's not a window on the back side beneath us?
Hmm?
There isn't a window beneath us on this side, just on
No,
that side?
because that's the kitchen down there.
Okay.
So, and if anything, I could allow us to pass without trace, or I could allow us to pass in darkness. Either one. So I don't think getting out will be that big of an issue, and as long as we can time our passing of the guard into the woods, I think we should be okay.
Well, I don't know if our goal is the woods. At this point, I feel confident in saying that whatever Monsieur le Maire is doing, it is not something that we should allow to continue.
We cannot stay in the inn tonight. There have already been 2 people who have tried to access this room while we have been in here. While we
We
are
need to
awake.
get out now.
Do you have Dispel Magic?
Damn it. The goal for tonight will be to get to the woods so we can watch this building, so we can be in a defensible area, so we may actually get some rest, and we may be more safe than we are
Okay.
currently. If we stay in this room overnight, it is entirely possible that the entire building, if not the entire town, could be called to action to come root us out
They could ambush us,
at any point.
What about?
and we'd be surrounded.
But what is our end goal? Are we going to actually do something about this, or should we just move on to the next town?
We'll have to do something about it.
But I think
Why?
being outside the town will be better for us tonight.
The other side of that is if we do not want to deal with it directly ourselves, all it takes is saying we suspect that the mayor of whatever the fuck's the town we're in is engaging in witchcraft.
He has convinced or controlled the entire town. Who
But
else is
not-
going to take care of this?
Not the entire nation, and we are headed to the capital.
Are we willing to take the chance that someone else will be able to beat him? This is an entire nation of people who are naive. They don't understand what they're going up against, and they definitely don't have the tools to be defensible against it.
Sabine,
I'll second that.
would she have shared them from her revelation with Tamsin when she got back up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
If
think-
you think that he might be from your hometown and well,
my country.
your country, I forgot what it was called.
It's a
That's
big
why.
country.
And that's why I said your hometown. From your country, and if whatever poison you have did not affect him, he could be pretty powerful, correct?
Absolutely. Especially if he's dealing with necromancy, and in Tartarus it's not like that. In typical, not untypical, but it takes a long time to become a necromancer, especially in Tartarus. And if he's from Tartarus, he's good.
But I also agree with remember that it is not necessarily wise to depend on a system that is not proven for us.
They're not prepared.
And not
It's been this
That's-
easy to get past them this entire time. You've been casting magic
Right.
since we crossed the border.
And I think we might be the only ones prepared to handle him, but I just don't know whether we should ambush him tonight, which might seem
We're not
rash,
prepared for that.
but we might have the element of surprise. Otherwise, if we camp outside of town tonight, we'll have to show up in town in the morning. It'll be a lot harder to sneak back in.
Yes, that was what I was about to say.
So
I don't
we'd
know how
have
we
to
get
sneak
back
in
in.
right before sunrise, when there's still a bit of darkness. But perhaps at that time we would at least know if somebody would try to ambush us in the middle of the night.
There's no way we can stay in the inn.
I
Even
don't
if
think
we...
it's safe to do so tonight, no.
I don't know if we have another option. I think with where we are now, our only options might be to go tonight and to take on his manor home tonight. Or to leave. Because once we get out, I don't know how easy it will be to get back in, and if we are gone in the morning, it is a clear indicator to them that we are not someone to be trusted. It will make our movement in the town almost impossible.
Are we prepared to face him tonight?
I am not as strong as I could be, but I have a decent amount of strength left.
I'm missing one of my spells. I used it earlier.
Okay, OOC, really quickly. If we get to a position where you can take a short rest, or if we post up in the inn so everybody can take a short rest, so we use half the night to do that, and then we use the other half of the night to make a move on the house, is that enough time for everybody to regain their spell slots?
I
think it works
can.
that way.
You can't.
Okay.
As a wizard, I could though.
Which, like, I'm only missing one. So
Yeah,
it's
and it's
fine.
not that bad. Like we have 7 at this point, or I do.
And honestly, my cantrips land more than my first level spells do.
You're right, though.
More reliable. I
Remember keeps having Vietnam flashbacks the last time she met a necromancer,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
like...
yeah.
That's literally what I was about to say.
remember half elves, I think, have advantage against being charmed.
And sleeping. And I can't go to sleep, and I can't be paralyzed, and
Yeah.
I can't be charmed.
Hell yeah.
Well, it's advantage
Yeah.
against it,
Or
but yeah,
advantage,
just
advantage, yeah.
yeah. I just thought I'd throw
Oh,
that
that
out there.
goes for Rinna too, right? You're half elf?
Yeah, does that work against him and his like weird little magic kisses?
It might. It would help,
Jesus.
My sauce.
but we can deal with it when we get there. I just wanted to throw it out so we didn't forget about it.
He's also an elf
Yeah.
too, so he has the same advantages.
Yes.
Is it possible that we could draw him out of his house?
I don't know if that would be the best.
He's very clever, it seems, and you don't just take over a whole town in 3 months with no carnage or... I mean, it's the Tartothian way, but I can't imagine him being naive enough to come out. I mean, there's no blood or
Is there
bodies or...
any way either of you could perceive how to release whatever he's done to the people here?
Would reading that book help at all, sir?
You definitely got, from what little you did read of it, because you only really started to flip through it before the paper fell out, there were definitely formulas and rituals in there.
Okay.
From what I understand of the rituals that he has used, he has removed the hearts of all of these people. And if I am translating the ritual in the most literal of senses, he has all of those hearts kept in jars. I can hypothesize that either killing him or finding and opening the jars would return the heart. But there is the possibility as well that if we kill him before we find the jars, their souls might go with him. Because I think he is holding their souls inside of his body.
And if
That's
he
it.
is, no, and if he is a fresh necromancer, if he's a necromancer, we have to find out where his fresh, because you know they start looking some type of way.
We just need to find Christina Perry and she'll give us all the jars of hearts.
Stop. Everybody take
Get out.
psychic
Genuine.
Everyone take 2d6 psychic damage.
Jeez.
Yeah, fire.
But what you call it? And I wouldn't know who he is. Like I wouldn't be able to like think back into my brain.
Could we incapacitate him for a time in order to figure out what we need to do to reverse it?
I could
The
kick
important
him
thing
in the
is-
face really hard.
The important thing is, we must be very, very, very careful going up against him while he still has a thrall over the town, because at any point he could call all of those people to him, and we are going up against
A whole
city.
town.
What is what I would notice, but like, what's the population like? What is the race breakdown? Are there elves? Are there dwarves?
There's humans. There are some halflings, and there are some half elves. That's what you've seen today.
Okay.
We need to find them half elves.
Did we talk to any half elves today?
There was a shopkeeper. One of the shopkeepers.
Yeah,
was
one
like-
of
She was underneath.
the person who had all the stuff that you were getting, like trip-wise and stuff.
Okay, so she was in
Rations.
She
Did
still
she
was.
have a thing on her?
We couldn't see.
I didn't know to look for it. So
Well, I went over to the.
he was
thing.
following the behavior. Like he was doing the freeze thing.
But, I mean, he might have just so they wouldn't suspect it. I don't know, I should have been more thorough with saying I should check.
It's fine. Sorry, I'm trying to.
No, you're good.
Well,
Rena, what do you think about this?
To be honest, everyone's made good arguments for both. I think that if we're going to take action, we have to take action tonight. We could always just leave.
I do not think it is wise to leave at this point. And we might have to come back this way. It would make our way more difficult later on, and also I do not think it is right to leave the people of this town in such a corrupt system.
Well, if it's going to make our lives easier and their lives easier, then let's go take this boy out.
Boy.
I know since the ladies weren't around, it's time he goes out on a date.
Funny.
Although that is an interesting argument.
Not a bad idea.
Oh, that's not quite what I meant to know.
The president has already said we don't necessarily need to storm his house. We could.
What do I do? Come to
No,
his
I
door in
don't
the middle of the
think
night
it's a
and be
good
like,
idea.
"It's me, Grandma," and stage.
I think he was rather suspicious. I don't think that's
They
necessarily a
skulked
good
around
idea.
and watched us from their window as we left. I don't think he was like, "Ooh, ooh, boys."
Well, since we now have a master thief in our party, it won't be very difficult to get through a window or something like that. But we could always try the front door in a
It
more
wasn't difficult to begin with.
provocative manner.
It's like, hey.
Yeah, okay,
You are a
well, you
vital
know,
part of this
we'd
scene.
like to sometimes see the things that you unlock, so.
I'm just gonna go check under the door crack to make sure there's nobody there.
You know you don't see anything.
Okay. Then he's gonna go check the window, see if there's cards.
Alright,
Yeah, you can see the guards starting their path back.
Okay. Oh, Celie, I want to fight this man. I'm also afraid that we're all gonna die.
But if we die, we get to re-roll.
Also remember that I am not a cruel DM, and
Remember.
I will never put you into anything that is specifically a player killing thing.
Right, but on accident, she got this shit slapped out of
Yeah,
her.
no,
and
and I understand that, but what I'm saying is I will never ever, I can promise you now, I will never ever wipe the party on purpose.
So either we're all gonna
I
get
know that.
really close to dying and get out, and
You
it's
know
not gonna
what?
happen.
It's D&D. It's fantasy world. Let's just
Fuck it, let's go! Let's go!
Thames is gonna kind of like take a minute and sit down and meditate and see if
Should we like consult the
Prayerfully
gods?
consider.
Perhaps, seeing as how most of us, almost all of us except the newcomer, have had an encounter with a deity of some sort, perhaps we seek some guidance. I think that is what I'm going to do. And Thames is going to go and sit and like meditate.
I ask you now to prayerfully consider.
Well, frankly, it's insulting that you think I can't do anything just because I haven't met a god.
Thames is meditating already. He's in another realm.
What do we do with our boy? Is
He
he
can come
just
with
gonna
us.
pop
He's
in
gone
the
into
front?
everything else with us so far.
Alright, well, he's just gonna have to crawl over our dead bodies if this doesn't work out, I guess.
He'll do fine.
Thames
He's
is
a
going to
dragon.
sit in his
There
corner,
is
like
ours.
his legs crossed, and he's going to have like his knot, and he's
Okay.
going to
What
just
do I
like
do?
close his
Do I need any
eyes
holy water?
and see if he has anything from it happening.
You definitely feel pulled towards the window.
To the window.
Do I understand what that means
To
to
the
the
wall.
forest or to ambush?
You just know that it's a pull towards the window.
I guess I'm going to roll. I don't know if you want me to roll to pray or.
Go ahead and roll. Yeah, go ahead and roll religion.
Natural 20.
Yeah, boy.
Damn.
So 23.
Oh, hot.
Okay.
This is my jam.
So,
Shout out to that second natural 20 tonight.
yeah, like y'all are rolling real well.
Let's gonna go.
Next session's gonna suck.
Where we go against the
These guys sucked last week. It's like they choose their weeks, man.
Okay.
Are
So-
you awake enough to face Necromancer?
Maybe.
It's gonna get really close. We're all gonna start dying, and then she'll perk up.
This woke me up like, whoa. Like, when I was doing that, I was like, yeah.
Time yourself up.
Okay, so-
Whoa.
Rinna, are you praying? Is Rinna praying right now, or is Rinna just watching people do these weird things?
We're just praying.
Okay.
I'm a religious gal.
Yeah.
She heard that, like,
God of truth, not trickery.
Oh, you're praying to the goddess of truth.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
she heard that, like, people actually met two gods that she knew of, and so now she's like, holy crap, they're real.
Yeah, be honest.
Okay. So, Tamsin, you feel this pull towards the window. And Safine, as you settle down with your teacup, and you start to really, like, get into this
Hey
moment.
God, it's me.
Your boy.
It's your boy.
Your boy.
You hear a faint, and you look towards the window, and there are 3 ravens
Sick.
Do I get
sitting
questions
on the windowsill, and they're tapping.
again? I open the window for them.
And you open the window, and beneath the ravens, these blue blossoms curl up over the windowsill, and they say, "Questions 3."
Okay. I can ask them for help though, can't I? Like my party members?
You just get 3 questions to
Tamsin
ask
would.
the ravens.
I only get 3 questions. And I'm gonna like tap Rinna and be like, ooh, watch this, watch this, watch this. So fun.
Yeah, and so Rinna, you look up and you look up in time to see Safine open the window, and these 3 ravens hop into the room, and these bright blue flowers that you've never seen before kind of curl up with these vines over the windowsill.
Yeah, so your girl backs up and kind of trips over herself.
Be cool,
Very
man.
clumsily, as I am not usually clumsy.
Be cool, be cool.
Good.
Be cool. I only get 3 questions.
And they're like preening and fluffing at their
They're
feathers.
yes or
an idea.
no.
Hist is like crouching.
No!
Do you know
Wait. The muffin face.
all the questions in your mind?
Yes.
Your first question can be, do you know all my questions?
What?
Then it could be, what is the answer to all of my
I can only answer
questions?
yes or no.
Oh.
I just said
I missed that part.
This is gonna be the.
it was a good idea.
Are we ready to face him?
Can we kill him?
No.
Should we face him
I feel-
tonight?
A good question to ask is fighting Ulogs the most profitable?
I
For
would.
us and Eos,
there's-
Or do we
You
need to
could
stop
also
him?
ask, is there anyone inside of the manor that can be saved? Because if we cannot save anyone inside of the manor, then
We light the whole town on fire and walk away.
Yeah. And,
Let it up.
and we can also ask if he's a necromancer, or if anyone in that house residing there is a necromancer.
I mean, it is, I think, a pretty safe bet. But if you would like
I
to.
would like confirmation, just in case.
If I may, whatever we're supposed to do, I believe fate is pulling us out of this room. I don't know if that helps with deciding the questions.
There are many ways out of this room. Like, there's many
I mean,
avenues
out.
out ones out of the room, though.
Yes, and that's what we need to clarify.
Okay. My first question:
And one of them like ruffles up a little bit more, and its eyes glow.
are there souls worth saving in the mayor's manor?
And it croaks. Yes, and then flies away.
Okay. I think my next question should be: is it most profitable? Is that the most profitable?
I don't know if that's a good question.
If we kill the mayor, will the souls be saved?
Very good question. Second question. If we kill Mayor Ulox, will the souls be saved?
And it croaks, yes, and then flies away.
Sick.
Can we kill him?
Well, do you all believe this man is a necromancer?
From what we've seen so far, yes.
Possibly.
Are we prepared to kill him? Do we have what we need to kill him?
True. That's a good question.
What if we ask something like, does the necromancer have a lot of people at his disposal that can fight against us? Or if it's just him that we are fighting against?
Or we could ask if we should face him tonight or.
Mm-hmm.
Should we face him tonight?
This is so hard. Okay. My final question. Oh god, this is hard. Do we have what we need to kill him?
Yes. And then it flies away. And then the flowers slowly wilt away, leaving one behind.
That was pretty badass.
It's pretty remarkable the way the gods talk to you.
Gods only know why.
Y'all should know that I never see things like this.
She's like quaking in her boots. I believed that last question was more important. Whether or not tonight was the night made less sense in my mind than if we have something capable of killing him.
Of course.
Because then it won't matter.
I think we go. I think we go tonight. There's no point in waiting. You and I are both almost at full strength, and it's better to take him by surprise and not give him as much time to prepare.
I agree.
Do they normally leave a flower?
No. Usually they don't bring flowers at all.
Do you need that flower?
I mean, I will pluck it and take it along with me. Is it my country flower?
Yeah, it's the blue poisonous flowers of
That's what I
Targaryens.
thought it was. So I will take that with me, and I'll put it in my little pouch. And I'm also going to make. I don't know that much about necromancy. Like as a seer, I don't know that much. But would I know anything remarkable about it? Because it's not like she learned any of that.
No, you wouldn't really know anything because you haven't studied any of it.
I'm gonna make some holy water.
Okay.
Just for kicks.
Yeah. So just I bless this one.
I haven't taken any notes in like an hour and a half.
Fuck. I'm taking a little.
Well, I mean, if it makes you feel any better, we've got like 4 hours of recording, so even better than notes.
That's good. The last thing I have is remember seeing ice.
Oh.
Whoops.
How are you guys doing? Because I know it's getting late. I freaking want to fight this guy.
I mean, I am down to fight him too.
down.
But I know that this.
I just got a new archetype.
Well, since Cadence broke her leg, I don't have to go to work tomorrow. She fell, and her mom and dad thought at first that she just was hurt, but she actually, like, her mom was like, you know, I'm so sorry I forgot to call you, because I got all the way to the school, and they were like, Cadence didn't come to school today, and I was like, where is she? And mom was apparently so tired that she drove on autopilot to the daycare without the kids with her instead of work, like at 5:30 in the morning. Yeah, because she does like event stuff at Disney. And so apparently Cadence fell and they thought she just hurt her leg, but then dad was like, I think she broke it. So they scheduled an appointment to get it x-rayed and stuff, and sure enough, she broke her leg, and so they've got it cast. So she's not going to school tomorrow. And we're going to play Thursday by ear. But I can... So saying all that...
You can stay up a little later.
I can stay up quite a bit later.
I do, but I work at 5.
I was
you
a
have an interview
dumbass and
tomorrow,
I
though.
scheduled myself an interview, yeah.
Could you reschedule it?
I mean, they did that to me, but,
It's up to you guys. Because if you want to pause here...
I can't for the life of me think of when I get up. I've been sitting here trying to calculate when I need to get up for like an hour, not an hour, like 2 minutes now.
What time is your interview at?
10.
Okay, so if you give yourself an hour and a half to get ready, then you'd have to get up by like 8:30.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go.
Okay, and you're good too, Carly?
Let's do this.
All right.
She secretly has like an 8 a.m. test, and she's like, yeehaw.
Yeah, I cannot stress
I'm
this
actually
enough.
really glad that you guys are like into this. I was like, all right, I got it. Like I've been literally sitting and like reworking things and restructuring things so that I can like lead you through story, but also like get it where each one is like an individual thing. So
Hell yeah.
yeah. All right.
So here's the deal. Is there anything we need to prepare before we go?
Can I like skim that book again?
Yeah.
Didn't the crow say we were ready?
Well, they said they paused, and then it said yes, and left us a flower.
Well, I have
Maybe the
that.
flowers keep killing him.
I think it might just be representation that it is him and that he's from Tardodith. Which in that case,
Symbols.
terrified. I can't believe I didn't recognize. Oh, Celia, I cannot believe I did not recognize that earlier. Holy crap.
Okay.
We didn't do any type of casing his place.
We
No,
know he
not
has
at
a
all.
library.
We know that that's what it looks like.
We know the front door. We know
And
the
she
library.
did have like a stairway down.
The stairs going up.
Oh,
yeah, in
stairs
the
went
middle
up.
of the entrance.
In the book, you do find this image. I didn't feel like drawing the symbols, so I just wrote it.
Let's see, enchantment. Lip balm coming out April 7th. I just show that to everybody else.
Sick. Jar with a bunch of soap.
So, Carly, it's the the symbol for conjuration,
Yes.
with the symbol for enchantment in the center, and then necromancy on the far right, and then
You get just like from a little thing.
and then Sierra's gonna take a picture, but then a jar at the very center.
I got a jar of enchantment.
I'm gonna try.
Wait, is it enchantment that's in the middle? No.
Mhm.
Probably.
Okay. And there's nothing I read in the book that's like how to kill a necromancer.
No, nothing like that.
How to
Also,
stop
for
power
dummies.
we
within-
also
should.
the-
We could get that book though if we can find it.
also the most recent thing that I put up with you guys solving the riddle just got me 8 followers.
Sick.
That's very good.
Yay!
Are you tagging your stuff too?
Yay!
Huh?
You should hashtag your stuff a lot too.
Yeah, I don't know
Hey,
exactly all the hashtags used, but I'm doing what I can.
I will let you know later.
Sounds good.
Alright, well,
So I guess our first plan of action is get out of here, make our way stealthily over to his place, case it,
Stealthily.
try to find the best way in, and snuff him out.
yes, I guess so.
May fate guide us.
Let go.
Hold on to your butts.
Alright.
My
How are
itch is
y'all
so
getting
bad.
outside?
Like it just.
Yeah, I got bit.
To the wall!
To the wall.
So remember, falls down the wall!
Oh, these people call.
Just let me know order that you're going out the window, what you're doing, if you're
Yeah, game plan real quick.
let me know your game plan.
I like the idea of remember going out first and like
Yeah.
gently like firemen grabbing people out of the window.
Yeah.
I'd rather not spend 2 of 3 key points
Yeah,
on
I
stuffing
agree.
this out.
I agree.
So if we can blacken out our room so there's no light coming out of our window,
Yeah.
and sneakily go down the wall, I think we'll be okay.
And if you keep watch from the top and get everybody else out, you're the smallest one, so there's
Yeah.
the least chance of them seeing you fall in.
Right.
Man, we haven't had to go on a dangerous mission with the his ever.
I
like,
think-
we've like fought animals, but
Do we have any way we can rig something to kind of like backfire if somebody tries to break into our room?
we could just leave the chair up.
Okay,
I have
that's fine.
anything.
Well, I'm assuming we'd lock the door in the middle of the night anyways, because it's a
Yeah.
private room, so we don't want people coming in. So we'll do that. We'll make
Put
it look
pillows
yeah.
in
like
the
there's
bed.
people sleeping in the beds.
Yeah.
The lights would be out normally anyways. So once we've got everything prepped and the lights are out, we'll open up the window and
Mhm.
go out. I'll keep watch like you said. I'm talking out of character voice because it's easier at the moment. and then we'll have to make a line for the tree line. And do we want to follow the tree line, or do we want to just stay stealthily next to the buildings and building hop?
Is there a fence between us and the woods? Is that what the guards are patrolling, or are they just patrolling the woods?
they're patrolling a fence between the
So we
town
have to
and
stick
the
close
woods.
to the buildings then?
Yeah, and stealthily get past these guards.
I think once we get to the manor, though, we should have you scout, then come back to us, and then we'll assess how we get in.
Perhaps, Rena, you can help me scouts as well. 2 scouts.
I would love that.
Better than 1.
Alright,
Alright, so we're gonna get out the window first.
I'm gonna talk to his. We're going on a very dangerous mission. So you have to stay in the hood. And if anything happens to all of your moms, you have to run far, far away, okay?
Okay.
Where can I send him? Is he
To Jimmy.
Oh, not to Jimmy. Do you remember that Dragonborn fellow from a couple towns ago? Yeah! You go back and you find him.
That's a long way.
I know it is, but you're a
There's a
smart
river.
boy. I know, but you'll fly by that point. You'll be
Okay.
you're a smart boy.
Okay.
Wait, if anything
I'm
happens.
sorry, this is so unbelievably sad. We all better not die. He needs family.
Yeah, he needs moms.
He does, he needs many moms, but I'm just concerned.
Before we had Hiss, we were like, yeah, what the fuck ever, I don't care if I die, and now we have a child and we're like, no.
It literally is so much worse for Sophie because that's like not a thing in Tartar, like to have children. They're just like adults from that point on, but she did not like growing up that way, so she was like, I just got a pet dragon, and they turned into a boy, and she was like,
I have a child.
yep, no, this is a problem. Alright. Yeehaw, let's go, y'all. Stealth out that window. I like
Yeehaw
this, like,
Junction.
Alright, so we prep, just for the groundworks, we prep the room,
Good.
make sure the door is locked, we make the beds look like there's people sleeping in them, we cut out the lights, we open up the window. Who's going out first? Should remember go down
think
first because you
Remember
can
is
kind of help assist people
I
down.
can literally reach up and take you from the window and put you on the ground.
Go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead and roll acrobatics.
Can I assist?
I actually have a crazy high modifier.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, if you need
Yeah.
assistance, Tamsin can assist.
I have a +4 to acrobatics.
What is this from?
Yeah, this is
music?
from something.
I don't know.
It's like
just,
stock YouTube music that people use all the time.
Yeah, this is just sneaky, suspenseful background music.
That's gonna be an 18.
Yeah, so remember, you just kind of like get your feet up on the window and you're like sitting on it for a minute. And in the darkness of the room, you watch as the guards pass by. And then all you do is you just slip real easy out the window and land without a care. So you don't need to take any fall damage from that.
I
You're
want
tall
to
enough.
check around the corner and see if there's light on the other side of the building as though the door from the kitchen is open.
It is not open, but you can see light underneath the door. Yeah.
I mean, they've got like a fireplace and shit, so
Yeah.
I assume that's gonna happen. Okay, cool. Next phase of plan.
Who's going out next?
I'll go.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Rena, go.
Brenna?
Okay. Remember rolling acrobatics?
Yeah.
But we're keeping guard.
Jump into the
And
members
you
on
said
the
that
board.
you're catching them, right? Okay. So you just roll acrobatics. If you fail the acrobatics, then you'll take half fall damage, and otherwise you will be fine.
I rolled 23.
Okay.
This is that scene in Princess Bride where freaking Andre the Giant's holding his arms out for everybody.
That's literally
Correct.
what's happening
Correct.
right now. It is literally Andre the Giant catching everybody.
Legitimately.
So Rena, you just like you kind of smirk back at Temsin and like somersault out the window onto Remember's shoulders, like
I
just
love myself.
super smooth, super chill.
Good.
All right, who's going next?
I'll go after this. You said acrobatics?
Good.
Yeah.
This is how much music can affect the tone, because before this we were all like, oh god, we are going on a suicide mission, and now we're like, sneaking time.
Gotta go kill a necromancer!
Yeah, go ahead and roll fall damage.
How much is that again?
I think it's 1d6 per 10 feet, so
Your
just
foot
roll
just lands
1d6.
on
Oh.
Remember's face.
I'm assisting people out. Does that give them advantage?
Well, I mean, both you and Remember are, but I think Sarah's like, nah.
Okay.
We're still going out the second floor of the
I only
building.
got-
Yeah,
So-
I'm this is 20 feet that you would normally be let me see.
Don't fall asleep.
Yeah, so it's D6. So what did you take for damage? Okay, yeah.
So it's that moment where it's like she's climbing out and the music just kind of scratches for it and then comes back in.
I just
Okay,
like twist
I'll go
my
next.
ankle.
7.
Y'all! You guys are squishy.
Go ahead and take 1d6 of fall damage.
3.
Could you guys please stop getting injured before we're even fighting?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, for real.
Hey, I have more hit points
Yeah,
than I ever
Angerod-
have before.
Angerod isn't really used to jumping out of windows, so she kind of like trips over her skirt as she's going out. Like, Temsin gives her a boost up and he's like, no, this is where you put your hand, here's where you put your foot, and she's like, no, I have it, and immediately falls out onto Remember.
Grab. What the fuck? Alright, I'm going to teach you how to do this once we're out of here.
I was going for the Princess Marion fall onto the horse's back, and I ended up doing the matron instead.
Yeah. Good.
Alright, Temsin.
Is that everybody?
I just realized
Yeah.
that that's like a parody of the moment for the Princess Bride, and I gotta sit with that for a second. I did not realize until this exact moment that that's the joke that they were making. Oh my god.
Wait, what is it?
In Men in Tights.
Yeah.
Frozen
Okay,
Men in
that's
Tights.
it. Oh, and she was like,
Yeah, because they both jump out the window, and it's because of that dumb, stupid scene at the end of The Princess Bride where they're like, all of the protagonists are gonna jump
I'm
on a
sorry,
horse.
dumb, stupid.
It's a dumb scene in a very good movie. It gets to the very end.
scene.
her dresses are blooming.
Yeah!
Alright, let's keep going on.
Continue.
There are 3 of them, including freaking Fezzik on one white horse,
Who's
on
also
and
being
white
stabbed in
horse.
his kidney.
Yeah.
So, Temsin's gonna make sure coast is clear. He's gonna pull himself out the ledge, close the window, and scurry down.
Alright.
And on his way down, he's gonna backflip off the wall.
Roll acrobatics and performance.
Natural woman.
Performance?
Because you specified that you were...
That's an acrobatics
That's a
move.
show off.
No, you were showing off. It's a performance. So acrobatics will be if
That's a backflip is an acrobatic move.
and I'm
Bet you're
yeah, so I'm
performing.
God.
No, you're being performery right
No,
now.
it's
You're
a-
trying to show off.
Listen,
What'd you get? What'd you do?
15
For
for acrobatics.
All right, cool. So you managed to. So you do manage to safely get down and safely do your backflip. But how good of a backflip is it? 6 flips, sweet trick.
12.
Oh shit,
okay. It's
sweet flip.
Remember, just gives him a.
Oh shit, sweet flips,
Holds
my
up a
little
5 out of 10.
nugget.
Average.
Yep. So you managed to get down, and y'all are outside of the inn.
Alright, we sneaky snake over now.
Snakes.
Scooby Doo's like.
So, we have to head to the west,
Yeah, you're heading west.
and we gotta hop along buildings.
Sneaky, sneaky, sneak.
Go ahead
Yeah,
and roll stealth.
Don't fuck me.
Gil.
Don't fuck me, Gil.
Ah, you fucked me.
19.
16.
Not natural, but 20.
What did you get?
8.
Aw, bud.
Rena, what did you get for stealth?
16.
Hey.
So, you all.
You could just take a group score because we all did so good except for Ingrid.
Well, that's how I'm trying to think of how this happens narratively. So you all are sneaking very, very well along the shadows, and you are going very easily from one shadow to the next. It seems like the lights that people have in their homes, the efficiency of which they were working and functioning throughout the day has transferred into night, and they have all gone to bed exactly when they should go to bed to get the full night's rest sort of thing. And Angerod, this is very alarming for you. Like, you're used to the eccentricity. You're used to things being wild and beautiful, and so everyone else is kind of going along, and you happen to see what you think might be a wisp of purple silk. And you pause to glance back, and Temsin yanks you back into the darkness as a guard passes by.
He's like a night walker.
And what you thought was purple silk was in fact just the edge of his cape caught and torn by something. So it had frayed just enough that the dark color in the darkness and your homesickness compounded.
Aww.
I was so desperate for fashion.
It's okay. We'll be out of this country soon enough and you can wear your bright colors again.
I miss them so much.
She cries.
I don't understand.
Okay. So you guys go ahead and you make it to the manor. And similarly to the rest of the town, it's dark and it's quiet. You can see a few lights on in the manor, but it's otherwise fairly still. What do you do?
We
Do we want to break in?
the sneaky snakes.
Well,
We
I was
send
gonna
the
say,
sneaky snakes.
should Tenzin and Rina go investigate?
I think so. That's what the plan was.
Yeah. Alright,
Let's go
Rina,
investigate.
should we go round back? Oh wait,
Yes.
I think we're getting a map, which I will send to you.
That's the
Okay.
What side are we on?
I don't know exactly where my green one is.
This
I
is the
would.
front?
Yeah. Hold
Oh,
on.
and I'm assuming we're coming from back over
You're
here.
coming from roughly over in this side.
Okay.
Also, I want to make it known that we're not just like standing out in the open. We're like
Yeah, no, I
around.
know that you guys are like skulking and like.
Yeah,
Super
we're not gonna.
In the shadows.
Hey,
Standing in the front lawn holding a boombox.
we're sitting in front of his house. Hey, your necromancy, whack. The way you like to kill people, whack. The way you don't even smile, whack. The way that you didn't want me to kiss her hand and murder you, whack.
Everyone's like, ah.
Me?
That's a door.
The only thing worse than a Tardothian? A necromancer. No. Okay, so this is his like yellow brick road onto his house.
Follow yellow brick road.
Alright. I'm sending the mail.
Oh, 5 feet apart, isn't that movie?
Oh gosh. Alright, I just sent the map. Carly, so you should have it any second.
Yeah.
Hey.
My favorite thing is I've been seeing memes when it's like pictures of like SpongeBob and Squidward.
So where my
like,
little
standing
mini
innocently.
is, that's where we're coming from, and that's on the side of the
Necromancers
house.
in your party are like.
Okay, cool.
Where that red pattern is, that's the front entrance where we went in before.
I think it would be very fun to play Necromancer, honestly.
I was thinking about dual classing her.
Yeah.
As she went on and got higher up, like to make her into like a somewhat necromancer. Because I love
So I
these
think we
Thunder
break into one of the
Cloud
windows.
In the window.
Oh, drain it, motherfucker.
So,
Leech the souls. of
I
their
think
dead
we should
lovers.
go around back.
my baby.
She gave a big stretch and then she came out to say hi.
Oh, hello, baby.
And try and get an idea.
Hello.
Well, I think we should case it first, the outside all the way around, so we know all the exit points
Oh, sleepy girl.
on
Sure,
every
yeah.
side. And then
She like
pick the best window to scout. I don't know if we should go in though,
That's what Rina looks
without
like in my
everybody.
mind.
Okay, I could be down for that.
Okay.
Let's go scout it.
So, Rin and Temzin are gonna head, like, obviously we're starting on this side. We're gonna head around and try and scout out all the windows and access points.
Go ahead and roll